everyone. Welcome to LexTalk, World Talk Show presented by Clickaway Creators. Today we have Mr. Arvind Athithan with us. Arvind is an advocate from South India, currently practicing at Madras High Court, NCLT, district courts and other tribunals in and around Chennai, Delhi, and other parts of South India as well. He has pursued his LLM and majored in taxation at Amity Law School, where he was also a second batch topper. That's absolutely amazing. His core areas of practice are litigation, economic offenses, deeds, agreements, research, and I can go on and on. So without any further ado, let me just introduce you to Arvind. Hello, Arvind. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you. And thank you for giving me such an amazing introduction.
No, it's a pleasure to have you with us today, Arvind. And let's start with your journey as a legal professional. How did you get into law, and like how these 5 years have been for you?
Well, I must say that it is like a dream because there was a time whenever I used to walk around the court halls or nearby the court premises. Because of from my home, the court hall is very nearby. It's just like 4 or 5 kilometers. But I never imagined that I would be inside the court hall one day and I would be presenting cases and all. And my biggest inspiration is my family and my sister. She's also an advocate. She practiced at Madras High Court only, and that's my inspiration started. And followed by that, I just went into my law school, did my internships. But something that there used to be one saying, right? You don't have to attract a profession; the profession attracts you. So often I feel like I'm attracted to the profession most of the times because there won't be like most of the cases, whatever I worked on, it will be very interesting at some point of time. So I never ever imagined like I came into this profession, but it's very interesting. This is how it started.
That's amazing that you actually enjoy what you're doing, Arvind, and that's the
Thank you so
most
much.
important thing, right? So through for these 5 years, I'm sure you must have handled a lot of cases, a lot of transactions. But is there any one complex issue that you would like to share with us, and uh, just the approach? How was your approach towards it, and the complexity of the matter?
The one case I can never ever forget in my entire life is the constitutional bench matter pertaining to the entry tax issue because like I said few minutes before, a profession choose you, like right. This is how it happened. It happened like a magic because the first day I started in my practice is at a Supreme Court. So the very first day itself, I went to my court hall, my regular routine works. My senior asked me to go and assist the chief court. What was happening inside the chief court was it was so very tedious because it was the first constitutional bench matter what I saw because 9 bench judges were sitting. They were and most of the top and eminent lawyers were arguing inside the court hall. So my senior was state government for Tamil Nadu government standing council. I was assisting him. My first day itself was like to assist him. So he asked me like, so senior advocate Mr. Rakesh Dwivedi is leading this matter. We have to assist him. So this triggered my challenge. Okay, the challenge gets bigger and bigger the very first day itself. I was talking to my senior. It's a very small pet talk, sir. This is quite huge. Can you please tell me what am I supposed to, what I'm not supposed to do? He simply said only one thing: go and learn. And I did nothing. I just went inside and learned it. Apart from that, I did nothing. But why I am saying that particular case here is that whenever I approach a case, even till today, I used to remember that court hall because why I am saying is that the way a senior approached a case, the way he presented, way he puts his inside knowledge, and how he used his knowledge towards approaching the case and arguing the matter before the entire 9 bench judges. So that will be like really outstanding. So each and every single time I used to put that particular experience in me, and then I approach a case, and then I bring it into the court, and then I argue my case. So this is how it works. So something that I will never work on is that entry tax constitutional bench judgment.
That so that is going to stay with you for like
Forever.
Forever, absolutely. All right, thank you so much for answering that question, Arvind. Now, since you have, the experience of over 5 years, so I mean, like 2 years was the pandemic, right? And
Yeah,
it was
indeed.
just 3 years for you in the practice. So, what changes did this pandemic actually, uh, uh, basically like there are people who are experienced, who really experienced, and they were not used to this. And even us, like nobody thought that we would see
Yes,
this day that
indeed.
anything could go hybrid, especially in the legal space. So, like, do you think that these remote proceedings, the hybrid mode, do you think this is like sustainable and like a possible way to increase the access to justice? Because you've seen both the
Yes.
times. So
See, one thing we must thank pandemic is that bringing the online system into the judiciary, because it is like it will be like an imaginary if the pandemic doesn't come in, we can say so. Why? Because if we can segregate the pattern of litigation before pandemic and after pandemic. This particular system of approaching of towards the justice by way of online courts and e-filing or new to India maybe, but this is a old practice happening at foreign courts, especially I must say at UK courts. It is not at all an easy task to get an adjournment at a foreign court. It will be very tough, very difficult, and until and unless if there is a particular situation or any kind of unavoidable circumstances, then only the adjournment will come into play. But here it is not that easy. But now this particular system is also getting scraped away. Now I'm seeing all by myself. The persons who were brought from the prisons to the court, they don't need to worry about that. They say all they have to do is just bringing the person to the camera away. That's it. Apart from that, nothing else. And one of the most important thing that I wanted to add is that it is a very big platform for a individual, a normal, a common prudent person can get educated. Because if we go and approach a normal person, they will tell anything. They will teach you. They will tell you anything about any aspect. But if we ask them about what's happening inside the court hall, that's where the blinking part starts. Because we cannot expect them to know what the lawyers are actual, the true lawyers. I'm not saying about the movie time lawyers. The true lawyers are doing, and what the real judges are doing. But in the movies, it is portrayed that lawyers used to talk a lot, but the judges will be silent. But the reality is, whenever we go into the court, the judges will be shooting the questions, the lawyer will be keeping their mouth shut. That's the real part happens. So this is the reality. Like it or not, this must be the one supposed to be accepted. But
I
on the
mean,
other,
thank you for sharing this with me. I literally, I like this is something which is very new to me. I've never heard something like this.
yeah,
Maybe, people do not like to
yeah,
share what actually happens in the courtroom. But thank you for sharing that with us.
that's really painful. See, that's the point. People should learn what's happening inside the court hall, because people are keeping in the mind that the court cases are goes for years and years. I
Right.
must say that that particular trend has gone. There are so many cases. Even I myself worked. I file a case on one day, second day I argue a case, third day the case will be disposed. So
Wow.
not more than 3 or 4 hearings. Like, it depends upon the nature of the cases. We cannot say all the cases will be disposed on a very single day itself. But the judiciary system has got changed in this particular like decade of years. But
In a
especially in
good
the
way.
pandemic, yes, especially I must say in the pandemic, this creates a very big platform for the young lawyers as well as the common citizens to access the justice. They can simply have to do what they simply have to do is just click a login, and all the only thing they need to be worried is that admin has to put them in. Apart from that, nothing to be worried about. It is a very wonderful system that need to be adopted. It should be, yeah, I must say that it should be multiplied. Apart from that, it is really wonderful.
So that is kind of played out in the favor as well. But I'm
Exactly.
sure, like when you're talking about the pros, we have the cons as well.
Exactly.
If you would like to
Yes,
say.
the cons is that yes, the one interesting incident has happened. a lawyer was actually he has more than 4 or 5 cases in one single court hall, but he doesn't know how to do with the how to handle the software. It's a Microsoft Teams. He was an old timer. We cannot expect him to how to go for the Microsoft Teams and how to log in and how to present a case when this item gets reached. He was simply like he was thinking that a video is playing on and nothing is happening. And this is not only, I'm just quoting an example as one lawyer, but this is particularly happening for like more than 50% of the lawyers. uh, this generation lawyers are really lucky. They can imbibe the whatever the technical difficulties, but we cannot expect the old time lawyers to go with the flow. And one incident happened. I happened to see one interview of Mukul Rohtagi sir. He was an ex-attorney general. He's the in one interview he said that nowadays the generation is entirely lucky. All they come to know about everything in one single click away. But for filing a draft itself, it will take a day for us because we have to find a proper typewriter and then get the matter drafted and then we have to file it. If that particular system gets adopted by now, more than half of the litigants will run away from the court. So this is a very tedious task. So likewise, this is a challenging situation for the old-time lawyers. But I must give a very big respect from my heart that there are most of the old lawyers, the elders, they're just taking the and adopting that particular challenging situation and they overcome it. So this is really amazing. This is
I was
challenging,
actually
but it is a setback, but it is definitely a comeback.
right, right. And actually, I was about to come to that how beautifully, like if our parents have to learn something, when it comes to technology, like it takes a lot of time and we get irritated, as children. But when I talk about the legal space, how experienced lawyers have gotten like so good at it, and they're like through and through with everything. I mean, like as much as the new generation lawyer, a person who is well accustomed to technology and everything. So yeah, I guess all comes down to the passion and the enthusiasm that you have for your work and for your profession,
Yes.
right? So it shows, it's very evident. Thank you so much, Arvind, for sharing that. Now, when actually we are talking about technology, so
Yes.
in this era of legal technology, so to speak, what are the most commonly used tools for you? Like what exactly? I'm sure Zoom and everything are there for the
Yeah.
meetings, but apart from that.
Uh, Most of the tools I often use for the purpose of researching a case, I use Manpatra, SEC Online, and Westlaw. Most of the times I use Westlaw and All India Reporter. And there are a few other open source softwares there, iQanun and CaseMine. This is a normal thing that most of the lawyers used to do. But apart from that, there are a few things that I use is that are Clio that offers, you know, it takes an invoice. It helps me to invoice and managing my cases and documents, whatever bills, calendars. Apart from that, the tracking of the cases, this helps me. And one other thing is that the Dropbox and case text. So the case text, this is the software I use, you know, for the purpose of I just used to read it and then it will take care of the drafting. So this is the most of the things that tools that I use.
Thank you so much, Arvind, for sharing that. Now, unfortunately, we are coming to an end of this amazing conversation.
Yeah.
But before I let you go, can you please also share that how do you make the most of your time? Because, as we understand, time is money. And as lawyers, you guys have to do like a lot of, study. Like most of your time is dedicated to the research and the studying that is involved. So how do you ensure that you make the most of your time?
Yeah. Um, Actually, one incident happened very recently. I was asked for help to assist a case, but there was no remuneration was talked about. So, but the person whoever asked is my very big friend. He said, I was paid for this so and so fees. Now I cannot return it back. And also on the other hand, I am in a position to dispose of this case. I could really use the help. So I went in. So don't worry, bro. I will come there and then I will take good work. And then followed with it, we finished off the case within the span of 3 or 4 months back itself. But what the ultimate thing that need to be that I wanted to say is that there was like nothing more than a professionalism and a friendship. So that comes first, because the way I went there, it helped me to learn multifarious things, and also on the other hand, to get his case closed, disposed of. So why I am stressing out here is that it is not all the things can be quantified with money, right? So some things comes with a great experience. The experience is a very big tool a lawyer can use, and after followed by that, it will be used in his own case, and then it will help him to earn money. So most of the things that need to be taken care is that about communications, professionalism, and finding the right people. That is a profession. That is most of important talk about the professionalism. So it helped me to establish a persistence, and it helped me to develop my good attitude towards the case. So followed by that, it also helped me to do one thing. So whenever I need any help, that particular lawyer will come and help me. So this helped me with my multiple things. I cannot say with one or single two situations, but so this happens with everything. So if I negotiated with them, so okay, if I will come and work for your case, and how much fees will you pay? So that will never help out for me. So that guy will help me out in the near future or any time. Yeah, already helped me in many cases. So this is how it works in the profession. So the one thing that I wanted to stress is that not always need to be worried about the money. The good money will come to you at any time, at any point of time. But at the great output, whatever the service we are going to render towards the society, that definitely gives a good payback, irrespective of the money, reputation, or good environment, or good people around us. So this always is, these are all the good assets that need to be considered. The money comes later.
That actually goes for most of other professions as well. I mean, it's just not restricted. Whatever you have shared with us is just not restricted to the legal professionals.
Indeed,
It's for
indeed, yes.
everybody and anybody. And thank you so much for sharing that with us, Arvind. It was lovely talking to you. I'm really looking forward to more such conversations on other trending topics in the legal space. For our viewers, if you like this chat with Arvind, please like and share this video. And please do not forget to subscribe to ClickAway Creators YouTube channel to appreciate what we do. And of course, you have more coming from industry legal leaders like him. Till then, take care, stay safe. This is Bharti for LexTalk signing off.